good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are watching from. Welcome to this State of the Nation address today, the 23rd day of June 2022. I have come here today to address Biafrans on some of the stride that the Biafra people have taken in the international community. My fellow Biafrans, we are making progress. The title of this particular State of the Nation address today is putting Biafra in the spotlight. Without wasting any of your time, as we continue to search for lasting peace in Africa, in West Africa, in Sahel region, and by extension, the peace that will also affect positively the international community like the West and America and Asia. We, the Biafra people, must exit Nigeria and form another Israel in Africa for global peace. I made bold to tell our international collaborators today that in order to have lasting peace in Sahel region of West Africa, there is a need for a new nation to emerge, a nation that will continue to play the role of the Israel in the Middle East. To achieve this, we have approached the Parliament of Finland and we have presented our case, the Biafra people. We informed the Parliament of Finland that the leading figure and the symbol of the struggle to restore another Israel in Africa called Biafra, for the freedom of the Biafra people from Nigeria, in the name of Mazi, who was and is still the hope of the oppressed people of Biafra, was kidnapped. And because of his thoughts and advocacy for a better life and a better society, and for the freedom of Biafra people from Nigeria, Mazi was kidnapped, extraordinary rendition to Nigeria. He was tortured 8 days in Kenya. Mazi visited Kenya voluntarily, and the Fulani-controlled jihadist government plied him, thereby breaching international law impunity. So we informed the Finnish Parliament, as we had a historic meeting on the 22nd day of June 2022. This meeting is going to go down in the history of our freedom. I want to inform the world and the other people who may be joining this particular league to restore one of the most important nations in Africa, or to become. As we speak today, the ethnic cleansing of Christians and the indigenous people in Nigeria by the Fulani jihadist government, and the request to be part of the process of Biafra independence from Nigeria. We have made this request and the Finnish government. We also informed the Finnish Parliament and the Finnish government the systematic prosecution and the genocide against Biafra people and Christians by Fulani controlled terrorists and then also official from the Muslim background in the northern Nigeria, as it posed a very serious concern for the entire free world. The Fulani-led federal government is looking for fingers and even allowing, sponsoring the violation of human rights and the right of the Igbo Biafrans and other Christians in Nigeria. We also inform them that at no point in time has Nigeria experienced peace in a united so-called Nigeria and built a common future. There has never been any time such thing existed in Nigeria. It has become imperative that this particular message and awareness is being taken among the Committee of Nations. The so-called Nigeria has been a failed attempt from the beginning. We also informed what I would say has become our international collaborators. Politics and crime across the country called Nigeria has only worsened over decades. The people of Biafra want to renounce this particular and then also establish a free democracy with freedom of enterprise, religious tolerance for all, and a directly elected parliament of an independent judiciary, conscript, and a system that respect and observance of human rights. We made our presentation to the authorities and they were interested. And people are saying I should refresh, which we are going to do. With multiple attack. We are not going to be moved by the distraction coming from the enemies. I want to inform Biafra people today that we also informed the Finnish parliament and the Finnish government that adopt and ratify every international law. And we started by the United Nations Convention on Human Rights, the Convention on the Right of the Child, and the CRC will be among the first international agreement to be ratified by the Biafra people. Indeed, our demand is to draw the attention of the free world to the Biafra aspiration for independence and the path to an independent state. It has put Biafra in the spotlight in Finnish parliament. And I am very, very optimistic that the Finnish government will once again be part of this history of Biafra independence, just like they did during the Namibia quest for Finland, almost what led to Namibia independence. And today, Namibia have enjoyed what freedom has to offer. The credit of that goes to the former and the ex-president of Finland in the name of Ahtisaari. It was part of what made him won the Nobel Prize, the Nobel Peace Prize. We know that the current government of Finland and the parliament have showed very big interest to know more about what is going on in Nigeria, because the Nigerian government has tried to cage the people, indigenous people in Nigeria, and always use the media to propagate their evil. Today, I want to inform Biafrans that we have broken the jinx. I also cannot help but compare the situation in the Middle East with the crisis between the Israel and the Palestine. You all could remember that the president of Nigeria, each time he goes to the UN General Assembly, he has advocated for the independent state of Palestine. It is on record. If you compare the size of Israel with Biafra and the rest of Nigeria with Palestine, you will be amazed, as is the population of these regions. If Biafra crisis had received at least a third of its attention and the support of the state and their head of state to resolve the situation in the Middle East, Biafra would have probably already been an independent state. That is what we are doing today. The quest for Biafra freedom have now entered a multi-dimensional phase and approach. On behalf of the Biafra people, as their recognized representative and spokesman, in the part of Mazi I, Simon Ekpa, and other Biafra people on the Finnish parliament and the government to tackle the issue of Biafra crisis as a matter of urgency, as a humanitarian crisis duty to prevent that genocide against Biafra people. It's clear that in Europe is limited in its influence, but we call on Nordic and European Union wide intergovernmental cooperation, the Finland government to be part, and the Finland government specifically to be its primus motor. I cannot help also but point out how fruitful basis Finland would provide for negotiations with the future Biafra state on energy supplies, etc. Biafra do not forget their helpers. The Finlandia anthem is still high in Biafra. Hence, the national anthem of Biafra since the time of the Biafra Civil War with Nigeria. My fellow Biafrans, we have made history. Because we are still at the early stage of this 1,000 miles of journey. some of the information will remain confidential. I must assure you today, Biafra people, that we are going home. We have made history on the 22nd day of June 2022. And the truth that some evil interest prevented for decades will finally be done. And Finland has given the green light and will lead the truth to the world. Without going further and wasting much of your time, my Biafra people, I want to tell you today that the coming months, the coming weeks will be very interesting. Our hopes are very high as we wait for this particular awareness to take a center stage in international community. We assure Biafra people that in months to come, many groundbreaking progresses will be made and we all updated. We must be resolute. We must be serious. I see Biafra very close. This is no longer a dream. It has become reality. God bless Biafra, and may God bless Finland, and may God bless the people of Finland as we wait for this particular sacrifice to be made for us to have a safer society. We inform them that while we are running helter-skelter looking for helper, do not think that we are just fighting for the survival of Biafra people alone. We are also fighting for the West and America. Because if Nigeria is not disintegrated and Biafra emerge, Nigeria will become the biggest threat to the human existence. When they succeed in capturing all the mineral and natural resources in our land, they are going to be sponsoring attack in West. They will sponsor attack in America. They will have unimaginable and unbelievable resources to attack any part of the world. For this to not happen, every nation in Europe and America and Asia, those who want a global peace, must rise up to build a new Israel in Africa. It is time, and the time is now. May God bless you. May God bless the imagining state, independent state of Biafra. God bless you all. Thank you.